Okay guys, so let's look now on another example. So now we're going to do coupon paying bonds. So suppose now that you have the following. You have a bond, okay, where the principal is $50. When the principal is $50, okay, this is your bond. And you're going to pay a coupon after half a year of $5. Okay, so what you want to do now, you want to value this bond using the model that I suggested. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated because it's not one period problem, because you have a payment in the middle. So what we want to do now, we want to create the following. We want to create a two-period model. So once again, we assume that the company the company going up or down in the good and the bad states of the model is half. Okay, and let's suppose that the initial value of the company is $60 to make it more interesting. Here we're going to have $70 in the good state of the world. In the bad state of the world, this is $50. Now here we will assume once again $60, and I'm going to explain next lecture how you generate those trees. Let's say that here it is going to be $80 and this is going to be $40. Okay? So, but you want to see now what happens with the bond. Now, how you value the bond, you're going now backwards, right? You want to go like this. Okay, so here you have no problem because here the value of the company is higher than the principal, and you pay the principal plus the less coupon at the end. Okay, so here the value of the bond is going to be 55. Now what about here? Here you still can make the payment because $60 is bigger than 55, right? So here the value of the bond is going to be $55. But here you can't make the payment. Okay, so now the value of the bond here is going to be $40. Now, going back, okay, what you want to do now, you want to actually, let's assume that now you want to look on these guys and these guys separately, okay? So here you see that your value is $70, okay? So here you can actually meet the payments that you want, right? Because here it's $70, you have here 55, you have 55 plus 5, which is 60. Okay, so in this case, you can meet the value of the payment, and that's why it will be a $60, $60 here. Okay, now what about in the intermediary and good state of the world? The value of the company is 50. Okay, here it would be 40. Here it would be 55. So when you discount back, the problem is that when you discount back, right, you are going to get here 40 times half plus 55 times half. So here the average is going to be 40 plus 55 divided by 2 is 95 divided by 2. So this is going to be 47.5. If you would discount back, but now you have to add in the coupon. So the coupon now is $5. So it's 47.5 plus 5. It is going to be 52.5. But 52.5 is higher, is bigger than 50, right? So that's why here the value of the bond is going to be $50 because 52.5 the value is higher than this. Okay, and now finally you go back. Now at the beginning you don't pay any coupon. So this is going to be 60. Here we have plus 55 divided by 2. So overall it's going to be 115 divided by 2. So this is going to be 57.5. So in this case, the value of the bond is 57.5. So you would buy this bond for 57.5. and then you have the good state of the world and the bad state of the world. Let's do another example. Okay? And now let's do another example. So let's assume now that once again we have $50 here, but here we go up and down. Now we're going up $80, and now here we're going up $20. Okay? So the good state of the world, the company is very good, it's $80, and the bad state of the world is $20. Now we're going to go down. Okay, so here it is going to be $50, and I'm going to explain next lecture how you create those trees. Now you're going here and you're going here. Okay, so this $20, okay, let's say this is going to be, I don't know, let's say, so $50 here, you want $20, let's say that this is going to be $10 here, and here we're going to have 80, and we're going to go up. Let's say that here we're having, let's say, I don't know, $100, maybe 110. Okay? So now you want to value, the bond, which has, which has only only $50 payment, so no coupons. Let's look on the difference between this example and the previous example. So here, it's much easier because here, here, and here, okay, you can actually value, you can actually value those bonds. So here it is going to be $50. Here it is going to be $50 because you can still pay the coupon. And here, right, it is going to be $10. Why? Because you cannot meet the obligations, so you're taking it under the wing of bankruptcy. All right? And now you can discount back. So when you discount back, so here, for example, it's going to be 50, the average of 50 and 10. This is going to be 50 and 10 plus 10 divided by 2. This is going to be 20. Okay? So here, your bond and your company value is actually going to be 20. So you actually, it's going to be 30, right? It's going to be 30. But the company value here is $20. So here it will still be $20 because the company value is below whatever you have the bond value. So, if you don't meet your obligation here, you cannot meet your obligations here, you are going to declare that the company value equals to the, to the bond value. There is no other way around it. So you have 20, and here, when you do the discount, this is going to be 50. Okay? So now, what is the average between 20 and 50 when you're going back here? So 20 plus 50, this is going to be 35. Okay? So the bond value is going to be $35 at the beginning, and the reason is it's 35 is because in this point in time, okay, you cannot meet the payments. Okay, so even though this is not the end stage, here, the value of the company is $20, while the value of the bond is $30. And in this case, you declare the bankruptcy immediately. You're not waiting for the final stage. Okay? So this is how it occurs in reality. You do not wait for the final stage to see if there is a payment of the principal or not, because here, if the company cannot meet its obligations, you're going to take over the company in the middle. So this model actually reflects reality, okay? It actually reflects reality. So in this case, the bond value is going to be $35. Now, in this case, it's a zero coupon bond. The difference between this case and the previous case is that you did not have the intermediate payments. Okay, would you have an intermediate payments? Let's say that here you have another payment of $5. Okay, how would it change the valuation? So in this case, the valuation is going to be $55 because here you can meet the obligations. Here you have $80 and whatever coming from here is $50. You can still meet your obligation. Let's say that this $80 wouldn't be $80, but let's say $52. Then you will take over the company here. Okay, but here you don't have a problem. Here, however, it's still going to be $20 because even though you have $50 coming back, you still have the $5 that you need to pay. But it doesn't matter because this value of the company is $20. You still take over it, okay? So now in this case you are going to have $55. You're going to go to the average, so it's going to be 55 plus 20 divided by 2. This is going to be 34.5. So the bond value, it's going to be 37.5. Sorry. Okay, so the bond value is going to incorporate this intermediary payment by adding $5. Now, the rule of the thumb of how to take over, what you want to do, you want to compare the intermediary cases to the total value of the bond. So whatever you discounted from back, plus the payments. Okay? And you want to compare this with the value of the company. And if the value of these payments are more than the value of the company, you're going to take over the company. So in this case, you declare bankruptcy, okay? So these models, we call them endogenous models. Okay, so we call them endogenous models. Why do we call them endogenous models? Because you determine endogenous models. Because you determine your value of the bond intrinsically from the company value. Okay, so I'm going to give you a case study, well, not a case study, a homework, where you will step by step will value those bonds and hopefully you will understand the principle, okay? I'm going to give you, I hope, a real life examples. Okay, so that was it and hopefully you enjoyed this recording. Please let me know during the lectures whether these recordings are helping you or you want me to do slides, okay? So have a great